trained chef.
qualifies you.
Anyway, and I have already started my onions because I'm making a larger batch than the rest of you probably are, and it's going to take forever for those onions to soften. So if you haven't already started it, and everyone here has made soup before, right? I don't need to step by step.
Vivi Rosen is new with us, but she may
okay.
be known to some of you, right, Vivi, or no?
Acidic.
Oh, B'nai
Yeah,
said
is Vivi on? Is she on?
Yes,
Yes.
she is.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear her. I didn't.
There she is. You see her now, Carol?
Oh, no, I need a gallery view.
Oh,
but
I just pinned
I'm
her.
on
You should see her now. Hi,
She's
Vivi.
on-
Welcome.
She's on mute, so you can't hear her, Carol.
But she's not.
Oh, okay, Marge.
Yeah, you're.
Okay.
Thanks, Marge.
You know, I'm on my iPad and I don't see where I can get a gallery view.
All right. Well, trust us, she's on, and we welcome her.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions, you need to. Oh, now you're unmuted. Go ahead, Vivi.
Thank you. My name is actually pronounced Vivi.
Vivi.
It's not short for Vivian, it's short for Aviva.
Ah, so say it again.
Vivi.
Vivi. Perfect.
Vivi. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
You
We're glad
too.
you're joining us.
All of you.
Fantastic. All right, Terry, we're putty in your hands.
Okay, well, everyone started their onions.
Yeah.
Going,
Yes.
and
I need to
It's
make
gonna
an
be-
announcement.
Go ahead.
Alexa, I love you.
That's nice to hear. That's a good start to my my cooking.
I got the
Alexa,
bottles.
turn you're turning the music on.
I got the bottles. I got the those spice bottles. It's wonderful. I haven't moved them yet, but I have a lovely box of 24 bottles, and I'm really excited to replace all my old spice bottles and alphabetize them and relabel them and all that stuff. Such a good thing.
Fabulous, fabulous. Enjoy.
Yeah, they look great, guys. If you have any questions, I've got a box I can show you. They showed up. They're beautiful.
That's terrific. And I must say that, Alexa, I love you too. And the reason that I'm sharing my love for Alexa today is not because I got spice bottles, although Marge is tempting me to do just that, but because today is the start of Ramadan and Alexa is joining us not only today, but on Sunday for our special third Sunday of the month. Kind Soup's Call. Alexa will be leading us in one of the favorite soups we've made with her in the past few years, harira, which is her family's nutritional equivalent of Ramadan. Is that, can
Yes.
I say it that way? I don't
And
know.
I'm enjoying all the love, but I'm actually crying because I'm cutting onions.
We thought we moved you, but it had nothing to do with that.
I appreciate it.
And Julia, the onion chopper that you recommended, I don't know if Julia, if you can hear me, I don't see you in the frame, but I found that it also has a fantastic onion and garlic and ginger grater with it too. So yeah.
All kinds of good recommendations coming from this crowd.
What's the onion grater?
The onion, the chopper that Julia recommended,
Is that the
mine's all taken apart. Yeah, yeah.
Could you show it?
The Mueller or whatever.
Show it to us. I want to see it.
Mine is taken apart. It's washed. So, yeah.
Oh, there it is.
But one of the blades that you can put in there is a grater that grated ginger beautifully.
Wow.
Today. So yeah.
Cool.
Hey,
Thank
for the
you.
Kind Soup chef who otherwise has everything. Batu, you're back. Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was your trip?
I'm tired.
I bet you are. Well, we're glad to see your face.
Hi. Yeah.
You do sound tired. That was a big sigh.
Yeah, I'm tired. Yeah.
All right.
So I didn't prep, so I'm going to start prepping.
Okay. Then we'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, I mean, mine are just onions are starting to soften. I started them about 20 minutes ago. They're just now starting to soften. So I'm going to add in the garlic and ginger. And then, is anyone else getting to that point? Or
Terry, I'm ahead of you. I have a question. When you add the cauliflower, wouldn't it make sense? Am I being crazy to hold back some of the little florets and just sprinkle them on top?
you can if you want. Like you know, like you always say, Marge, it's soup. You can do what you want. I like it as a pureed soup. So
I was going to puree. I'll puree most of it. I
yeah,
just
yeah. But
was thinking
me,
as garnish.
yeah, I like it, and that would be lovely.
It would be pretty.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. By the way, I actually measured my olive oil today just to see how much I was using, because a third of a cup sounded like a lot. It took a third of a cup to cover the bottom of my pot and just have enough in there. So that wasn't wasn't off.
I do when I double and triple and sometimes even quadruple these recipes, I kind of do worry about the amount of oil.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you did a
and then I quadrupled it and I used the olive oil for tripling it. So
yeah.
It wasn't,
Perfect.
And Carol, when you made this soup, did you add other spices to it? I was saying I added smoked paprika.
Carol, I muted you. Carol, you have to unmute.
Okay, sorry. This soup could make more than 6 quarts. It's a lot of soup, so get ready to use. As I recall, I just made the regular recipe that was in the post, and it seemed to make a lot of soup. So with the lentils and
I got like over 8 quarts.
I figured, yeah.
But I will, to your question, Terry, I added some garam masala, which one of the comments had suggested. I was tempted to just add more of the same spices that they had in it, the cumin, ginger, and turmeric and cayenne. But I decided I took a smell of garam masala and it really did smell like it was going to finish this off well. And to me, it did. That and the lemon juice, and I was perfectly, a little hit of salt.
Yeah.
I used to.
Okay, spices. I'm adding in my tomato paste.
I'm having technical difficulty. I want to show you guys. This is ginger. I planted ginger from just store-bought ginger a couple of years ago, and it's been in a pot, and I've had it in my house, and it grows its leaves in the summer and then it dies back. And I sort of have been watering it, but I keep forgetting to like actually check it, and it hasn't started to grow again. But then I don't buy any from the store, and then I go, oh my gosh, I need ginger. So I just pulled this out and of my thing. So it's the freshest ginger. I hope it tastes good. I
Wow.
just had to share because
It's
I'm not sure it's
beautiful.
going to come back.
Well, it's a beautiful, are you gonna try to replant the rooted part of it?
Yeah, I think so. It's a little squishy, so
Yeah.
yeah, because when I feel in there, there's a lot more ginger in the pot than there used to be, but I definitely not seeing any spring shoots yet. So we'll see.
And will you let us know when you peel that, if it's the most overwhelmingly strong ginger
Yes,
ever?
yes, I've just recovered from the
Excited.
onions, so I'm excited about the ginger. It's much better than onions.
Yeah, good.
Did everyone find that about a head and a half of cauliflower was 12 cups? I didn't really measure mine.
Oh, I didn't either.
I just did like a head and a half. Is that about right?
Yeah.
I ended up using 2 heads. Maybe they were small heads. I did measure them.
This is
just for the fun of
how
it.
much cauliflower
Yeah.
I mean,
I think-
honestly, the more you have in there, the more vegetables that are gonna be in your soup. You're pureeing it up
Right.
anyway.
Right.
I don't think it matters. I don't know if
No,
Carol
it's-
or Teresa, Terry, you disagree.
The lentils.
I'll put it in, and then if I need more, I'll just throw in more.
Yeah.
I bought like 3 cauliflowers because I thought if I have extra, I'll just roast it.
Yeah.
Not a bad
There you
plan.
I use 3 small heads, so.
Okay, mine were pretty large, so it'll be fine. Soup is flexible, right?
Exactly.
This. Add the broth and salt.
Carol, I'm muting you just because you talk to yourself. No offense, just because you're always talking to yourself.
I talk to other cars on the road and I'm not allowed to do that. My husband yells at me, don't talk to those drivers. I was like,
Well, he's lucky.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize. I'm just letting you know why. And if I had a mute for Marge in her car, I would do that too.
has David been paying you?
Yes, exactly.
Should I
You know
tell
what?
him about our 2 a.m. visitor?
Oh, he doesn't know.
No, tell you
Oh,
guys.
you mean them? Tell the
Trust me,
ladies.
yeah.
Sure, share the fun. Why not?
Okay, so our dog, who normally sleeps through the night with no problem, decides at 2 a.m. he's got to run downstairs, and I hear this very weird sound, like he's digging at something. It's not clear what the noise is. And so I nudge my husband. Okay, I smack my husband, and he says, "Ooh," he's asleep. "Ooh," and then he'll be fine. I'm like, David, the dog stands. "Ooh, he'll be fine." Just at that moment, my son gets up. He's about to go to bed. And I said, Keith, go downstairs and see what's going on down there. He comes back up and tells me that there is a raccoon at the back door, at the sliding glass door, that is larger than the dog, and that is having a face down with the cat who's just giving him a look. And then the dog, of course, is going nuts. So I guess Keith being there and turning on the light scared the guy away, but it was a really strange thing. I mean, I've never seen I've seen raccoons occasionally, but they're usually out at night, so you don't see much of them. And I've certainly never seen one at the back door. So I hope that this is not some new visitor that has decided to join us every night, because I don't need the dog jumping in and out of bed, his bed, not our bed, but his bed in the middle of the night, because then I worry about what's he up to. So that was our midnight or 2 a.m. visitor class.
It's always a party over at your house, Marge.
Oh, always. I think he heard there was red lentil soup yesterday and today. So he likes red lentils, I guess.
Well, we have chipmunks that are burrowing under our front porch. So we bought one of these have a heart traps. And so far we have caught 3 and released them out in the woods. And now my husband said, looks like someone else has now tried to dig in there too. So yeah.
I miss our chipmunks.
If anyone needs to catch any, peanut butter works very well.
If you would like to drop them at my house, I would like that very much. I miss our
You'd like the
chipmunks. but I think that they've become fox fodder. I think the foxes eat them, and that's why we haven't seen them. We used to see tons of them, and now we're.
Yeah, they can damage your foundation though. They can,
Can they?
tunnel under they can tunnel under your foundation. And if there's enough, I mean, if there's a whole army of them, one or two isn't going to do any damage, but if there's a whole bunch of them, they can actually have a network under your foundation that can.
We used to have, 4 or 5, and we recognize them and, name them and whatever.
Yeah.
But no, we're not in the past couple of years. No more bunnies, no more chipmunks. But a nice fat fox.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Marge, you seem like you feel all better.
Are
Are you up for the 88%?
I keep saying I'm 90, but I've been at 90 for a couple of days now. My stomach still bothers me. I don't feel right, but I feel much better. I'm being very careful about what I eat.
Me too. Can you tell? Pickle flavored potato chips. It's ridiculous.
Well, if they were
Thank you,
chocolate
Lisa.
flavored,
What?
chocolate flavored would be very good.
Oh, chocolate covered might be nice.
I might even eat chocolate covered beets.
You might, if the chocolate was good enough.
Well, my cauliflower is in, so.
It's wine time for you, ma'am.
It's always wine time.
There you go.
I am drinking not very much wine.
Yeah, it's probably good for you.
Yeah.
I'll make up for you. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. You do that for me. Thank you. I knew I could rely on you.
What are friends for? All right. So Alexa, when you're caught up, do you want to tell us about Harira and Ramadan in advance of our seeing you on Sunday?
I have a question before Alexa goes.
That's okay. She's doing something else. But
okay, can we deliver to here to help yet? Or
I sent her an email a couple of hours ago, and the minute I hear back, I will let you know. I gotta think yes. But let me just check the email.
But if not, I can go to the place in Rockville near Dogtopia or whatever. I can go there.
Okay,
I haven't gone anywhere in the last couple of weeks, but I can go somewhere this coming week.
Okay, I will let you know before we hang up, but I actually believe that it's got to be time for her to be taking more soups again. It's been 2 weeks. You haven't gone, I haven't gone, Lisa Reck hasn't gone. Kelly, I don't know if Kelly's gone. No, actually Kelly delivered, I think, some to you, Marge, right? Anyway, I don't know, but I'll let you know.
Yeah,
I think
but
Kelly,
if she's not ready, tell me to go somewhere else and I will.
Kelly gave me some soup. Kelly definitely gave me soup.
Yeah.
I don't have much soup this week. I think I have only about nine plus whatever Lisa has, plus what I make today. I'm probably under 20. Raven will be so happy.
Excellent.
Carol Weil was going to try So What Else last week. Did she try it? What'd she say?
I went there in the morning and she was going in the afternoon, so I never checked back with her about what she thought. I mean, they're consistently lovely and easy, so.
I went there. I took my soup there.
And
it was fine. I mean, they
lovely
were
and-
happy to have it. And I don't know how they distribute it. I don't know what their process is, but
I have an idea about that. When I was there, when I delivered, a guy from a church showed up, and he comes, I think maybe more than once a week, and it's a church in Rockville, and he loads up his van, and he said Tuesdays, on Tuesdays we deliver to 160 families. So that was an incredible number.
Yeah.
So he obviously comes back, and they also set up these what do you call them, like a distro center almost. I know that the distro center or whatever is at the So What Else location on Saturday. So Saturday might not be the best time to deliver because it could be a little crazy there.
Yeah.
But other days, I think they take their distribution site to other places. That was my understanding. Okay.
Everyone doing okay with the soup?
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I've got the lentils in. I'm waiting for it to boil so I can simmer, and then I'll throw the cauliflower in.
Deb, my delay was that I couldn't unmute myself. Like I still nothing. I'm on my phone and it still won't come up. So anyway, let me talk real quick about the soup. It is harira. It is a Moroccan chickpea and lentil and vermicelli soup with kind of tomatoes, and the vegetables are celery and onion and carrot. And when I started, my kids were little, I found this recipe for harira. I think it was in the New York Times or something, as a traditional kind of Moroccan Ramadan soup. And I started making it, and I only make it in Ramadan. And as soon as I make it, and I'm going to wait until Sunday, it's like, oh, okay, the month of Ramadan is here. Like, to me, it is just completely associated with it. I find it completely delicious. We break our fast with it. And my kids as well. Like, when they're home and I make it for Ramadan, that's like, okay, now we know it's the month. So I've just really, I really like it, and it's very good. And the recipe that I am using pretty much verbatim, before all the years that I made it, I saw a recipe years ago and I would just kind of throw things in. And then when I was doing this harira for KindSoups, I don't know, last year or the year before, I actually looked up a recipe, and the recipe that I based almost all of it on was from Joan Nathan's King Solomon's Table. So her version is more like a Moroccan Jewish version. I liked it because it gave me the sort of the quantities, instead of just kind of pouring things in. So I look forward to seeing all of you who can join next Sunday.
Thank you
I'm
so
hoping
much.
to join, but the recipe isn't posted yet.
Because I just sent it to y'all today.
Oh,
I
okay.
found it.
Fine. Tomorrow.
Yes.
I'll look tomorrow. Thank you.
Yeah. It
So
was
Alexa,
yes.
go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, I was very happy. I don't have the recipe saved on my computer, but I did have it saved in my email to Deb from, I don't know, a year or two ago. So I was able to find the KindSoups adapted version for it.
Fantastic. So Alexa, will you have a little bowl of that to break every fast in a month for the month?
No. I make it when my 4 kids were home. I would make a big pot, and then we would all like eat harira every night for like a week, and then we'd be like, okay, we're done, and we just go on to other things. So yeah. I'm not sure I'll make a huge pot, since it'll just be my husband and myself and one of our kids. But later in the month when kids come home, I might make it again, because it's just for us, it's one of the flavors of Ramadan that just signals it's this special month. So yeah,
it's hard with trying to be as aware as I can. I was working with Mahanges today in the office, and she starts to cough, and she's on the phone, and I said, oh, I'll go get you some water, right? Because someone's coughing in front of you. And she goes, no, I'm fasting, and it's just, do you ever kind of like control your reactions to like keep that awareness? I try. I will continue to keep trying.
Well, and also the fact that it changes throughout the year. It's not like a set date, and it doesn't just move within a couple months. Like, I've been Muslim for almost 24 years, and when I started, it was in November, December, and November. So I mean, it really moves all the way back through the year.
Based on what? How are they?
It's the lunar calendar. So it moves forward in the Gregorian calendar every 11 days every year. So it takes 35 years to go all the way through the Gregorian calendar. But it's nice because the days are short.
Something you may not know is that on the Jewish calendar, there are leap years. It sounds like
we don't have those.
You don't have leap years. Okay, because this is a leap year, and we just entered, we just entered today or yesterday, the second Adar, the repeat month. We get 2 of them.
But how often are the Jewish leap years?
gosh, I want to say they were every 7th and 13th year. I mean, it's a nutso thing. It's not like every 4
Not
years.
like every 4 years or something.
No. But it's, yeah, they happen. You have a DAR 1 and a DAR 2, and this is a year, we just entered a DAR 2.
There's a joke, sort of, the Jewish holidays are never on time. They're either early or they're late.
That's right.
This year, Hanukkah and Christmas begin this, I believe it's the same day or within a day of each other. And the last night, Hanukkah's 8 nights, and the last night of Hanukkah, or the last day of Hanukkah, is next year.
Oh, interesting.
Ooh.
That doesn't
Oh,
happen
that's
this
neat.
much.
Yeah. Alexa, I was in Morocco for Ramadan 2 years ago.
Oh,
It was
wow.
a very interesting experience. We really enjoyed it. And I've got to let my Amazon speaker know to be quiet. I'm not yelling at you. Alexa, stop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's nice to have, like so many, everybody has holidays where there's
And
foods that speak to us, to it. And
I was there with just, my sister and my husband, my sister and her husband, and we had a guide who was fasting while we were there too, and told us, basically, it was just really nice to watch. And of course, Morocco, it's a Muslim country, so
Right.
if they try to eat, they could be, stopped by the police or whatever. I mean, they were, it's really enforced.
well,
And,
that's interesting. That's interesting because in most places there's not people who, like in Egypt where my husband is from, there are Christians who live there and they don't fast, and it's not they're the places where there are religious minorities. It's each person, and I go to Turkey a lot, and a lot of people, they don't fast. So
and they only expect the Muslims to fast, but they're 98%, I think, Muslims, so very few people aren't, and they didn't expect us to fast.
Right. But also it's definitely a personal thing.
And when they break because we were invited to 2 separate homes for breaking the fast, and it was a very elaborate thing there. I mean, it was like a huge feast, and
I'm looking back on the years that I fed all 6 of us for the early morning meal and the breaking of the fast in the evening, and right now it's just me and my husband, and it's really easy. So it's nice.
So good. When you guys were talking about leap years, I have a trivia question for you all. Who on our team of KindSoup chefs do you think has just turned 14? And the hint is, it is not, what's his name? Olivier. Anybody know?
Somebody's born on leap year.
Somebody's born on leap year day, who is Dominique Reichlich.
Ah, interesting.
We went out for dinner.
My brother-in-law was born on leap year too, so
it's a great birthday, right?
Yeah. He's 20, so he's looking forward to being able to drink next year or next leap year.
Next leap year.
Terri, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
And actually, Deb, I have for both of you, Deb, since you've already made it. Did you use coconut milk? I bought reduced fat coconut milk. Did you use the 3 cups?
I used coconut milk, and I'm quadrupling mine, so I'm using 4 cups. But I remember Marcia telling us a while ago not to buy reduced fat coconut milk. It's just got water added. So I bought full fat. I'm going to put in 1 can for 2 cups, and I'm going to put in a can of water. So
these are the extra little tips and tricks you get with this bunch. I love it.
I needed that tip before I bought it, but we'll do with what we have.
Carol, I also bought the reduced fat, and the reason I bought it was there was a period where Trader Joe's didn't have the regular coconut milk, and I got a little nervous, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to buy 1 can of this just so I have it. So don't feel badly. I'm also using the reduced fat, not because of what it says in the recipe as much as because they now have their regular coconut milk back. So.
Well, they do. And the interesting thing is I took one can of each and I shook them and, you know, the reduced fat, you can hear it. The other one, it didn't move. Nothing moved. And
it's solid. So yeah, I scrape it out with this and then.
I always turn mine upside down because I've been storing them one way, and the day I'm going to use it, I turn it the other way. It tends to solidify. I think it's weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you could shake it before you undo the can.
Shake it before you undo the can for people who couldn't hear Mark.
I also sometimes put it in hot water beforehand, but I didn't remember to do that today.
Oh, I've never done that. That's interesting.
Well, I added paprika for Terry and garam masala for Deb, and it tastes delicious. It's just still simmering, but it's good.
Okay, a little something for everyone over there.
It's
I'm
soup.
gonna smell garam masala and see if I can put that in too. Yeah, I'm gonna put in some garam masala.
You know, I was so happy to have read that comment that talked about the garam masala because I cannot remember why I bought it, but I basically not used it for however long I've had it in my kitchen. So I was very happy to like smell it while I was cooking this soup and decide it was what I wanted. So,
How much did you put in?
you know, Julia, I should learn to measure but what I did, and you know, I've got that big soup pot and I sprinkled back and forth. So I kind of topped it lightly. So I'm going to guess a tablespoon tops. Maybe?
Yeah, it's interesting that you said you added garam masala because I have a recipe that it's cauliflower masala, and it basically is cauliflower with chickpeas and a tomato-based sauce, and it has garam masala, and it's so good because that flavor is really good.
Why don't we make that one day? Remember, I was gonna like branch us out from soup once in a while. Let's make that chickpea recipe.
All right, I found it on a blog, but I adapted it a little, so I have to write it out for you, and then we'll have to triple it.
Okay.
So
when you think of it, no rush.
yeah, it's similar to this where you have to do a lot of chopping of or buy the florets of cauliflower.
Okay.
But it's a pretty good recipe, and it does have garam masala in it.
And I tried out the Washington Post soup recipe it was cabbage, fennel, and white beans.
I did that.
And I don't think it's good for us, you know, for this group necessarily, but I really liked that soup. But I added a bunch of horseradish to it.
Oh yeah.
And it reminded,
interesting.
And then it says to serve it, you know, to add a dollop of sour cream or yogurt. And I did yogurt and I was looking to see if I had any caraway because I was thinking that would have been good in it too. It reminded me of some of the Polish food that my mother used to make.
Oh,
my mother was not Polish. My father was, and she would always.
I made that soup also, Terry.
Yeah. Yeah.
And in fact, I think I would make it without the white beans so that it could be something, for example, for my husband who's always looking for something to eat.
Yep.
Would be good to have in the refrigerator for him.
Yeah, I have a bunch in the refrigerator right now. So
yeah.
Why do you guys think it's not a good one for us to make?
Because of the addition of the sour cream or the yogurt. I think if you freeze it and then it's sort of, you know, you have to really mix it up. It's going to look almost like it's curdled when it thaws. I think. And
you know, I took it.
Without that,
I froze one quart. I froze one. Yeah, I'm going to see. I'll let you know how it defrosts. It made so much that I didn't want to be eating it for a week. So I froze 1 quart and we'll see what it looks like when it defrosts. It probably will be fine. But
yeah, I mean, I've defrosted those, you know, kinds of soups before, and as long as you mix it up well, it's fine. But for somebody getting it and who doesn't know to do that and they get it, they're going to think it's spoiled, I think.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm proud to present Raccoon Rita. Here she is. Survived encounter with the raccoon,
Wow.
Stared that raccoon down through the glass. Look at her. She looks good.
Wow.
Look at that white
She's beautiful
face on that baby girl.
Yeah.
This baby, the 17-year-old baby girl, right?
Oh.
But yeah.
She's beautiful. She looks big.
She weighs about 6 pounds.
6 pounds? Oh.
Yes, there's not much to her.
Just a lot of hair.
Yeah, she's kind of a medium length cat. Yes. Yes, and now she's getting hair all over me, so I have to get washed and I have to brush myself down. But my soup is done, so I can wait a while. We're very proud of her because she wasn't hissing. She must have made some sort of sound because that would have woken Lucas to bring him out of bed to get him downstairs. But wild and crazy.
Goodness, she didn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen her hiss. We have a neighbor's cat that likes to wander around loose, and I have seen her hiss at him during the night through the glass. But she hisses at him all the time, daytime, nighttime. But yeah, the raccoon must have been pretty big.
I think I see that Salma's on. Happy Ramadan almost, Salma.
Yes, it is. It is Ramadan.
Yes.
Is it already? Yeah.
Yeah, today's the first day.
Yeah, but it's not when the sun goes down.
I mean, today everyone is fasting.
Oh, true.
First day of fasting. Hi, everyone.
Okay. Happy Ramadan.
Thank you.
Who else celebrates Ramadan on the call?
Alexa.
No, I know. We already said, oh, Fatu, you too. Happy Ramadan to you. Anybody else? I don't think so, right? Okay.
I was going to ask, Fatu, do you have a special dish that means Ramadan to you? If you're able to come back and unmute.
Can you see where the unmute button is? I can't unmute you. I think you have to.
There you go.
So what was the question?
Do you have a special dish traditionally for Ramadan?
Yeah, we have a lot, and most of them are like sweet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's made out of millet, flour, and we make it kind of, I'm going to say is a porridge. But this year I'm trying to make different. I'm not getting no sweet stuff.
Maybe Herrera will become your family's new traditional.
I'm cutting the sweets.
How about you, Salma? Any special dishes?
It's traditionally been my mom's samosas. That's what we grew up with, opening our fast with her samosas. That's what Sanya, my daughter, remembers making with her grandmother and frying them, and they're so crispy and delicious. Mom isn't making samosas anymore, and we're not having fried things to break fast. So really, what soup, if that's what's on the table, or dates. I love dates and learned a bit about dates in Morocco, did some little bit of research. Medjool dates are from Morocco, and those are my favorites. So trying different kinds of dates that's the way that we all, Muslims all around the world, if there's one thing we have in common, it's we break our fast with a date.
You too, Fatu? Yeah. Yeah, all around.
Yeah.
And you just came back from where you're from, right?
Yes, from Ivory Coast, which
Ivory-
is yeah,
Yeah.
it's in West Africa.
Mhm.
So
Fantastic. So you also start your Ramadan, your meals as you during Ramadan with dates?
yes,
Yes. Are there other traditional things also, Salma, that are on the table? Or is it up to each family at that point?
Then it varies based on, you know, different cultures, but in South Asia, in Pakistan and countries in South Asia, usually it's some kind of a samosa or a pakora, which is a sister of a samosa. It's also a fried made out of chickpea flour, and you can put some vegetables, sometimes onions, sometimes eggplant, sometimes green pepper. So usually it's, you know, you the first thing you eat is a date. You have a glass of water, and then you have what's called the iftar, right, which is the breaking of the fast meal. And in our family, and traditionally in Pakistani culture, it's some of these fried foods, which are just taste so good. And then a fruit salad, what we call a fruit chaat. So it's all sorts of fruits cut up, bananas, apples, oranges. You can toss in whatever you have. And then there's a masala, a spice, a special spice that is for this fruit salad. So the fruit salad is actually a little bit tart, a little bit spicy, a little bit sweet. You sprinkle a little lemon, sugar, and this spice mix called chaat masala. So every table will have that, and that's typically that's more than enough. And usually, you know, certainly as I was growing up, I would fill up on these things because you're just eating for the first time, and then there's no room for you know, dinner. So that's just the iftar, the breaking of the fast meal. Then you pause, you say your prayers with your family, or if you're visiting friends all together, you'll say the sunset prayer, which is the fourth prayer of the five. And then there'll be a full spread of dinner items, rice and curries and lentils and vegetable things. And yeah, it's a lot of eating at the end of the day, but all delicious and all, you know, just you just feel the abundance and the gratitude for the abundance, and then you start again. So yeah.
And it's not supposed to be a absolute humongous feast every day. And certainly when we have guests and things like that. And I'd say I cook a little bit better the first week of Ramadan when it's sort of new and fresh and we're getting used to it again. And then it gets, you know, the leftovers, because your appetite kind of as the month goes on, you get kind of less hungry, because you're used to eating less. So I used to tend to make a lot, and then we'd have lots of leftovers, and then we would just kind of eat the leftovers. But ideally, it's a nice time to sit down together with family and friends.
Salma, when you mentioned chaat masala,
Mhm.
what does masala mean? So there's this garam masala, there's an Indian food called, right? Some kind of
masala is just spice.
Oh.
That's the word for spice.
Oh, okay.
So garam means hot.
Uh-huh.
Like so garam masala is a little bit, I guess, it's a mixture of different things, but it's yeah, a little bit
Spicy mixture. Uh-huh.
And then
Chaat. What is chaat?
Masala chaat is the fruit salad, and so that's the
So
spice.
it's for the fruit salad, specifically. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
And you get it in a I suppose you can grind it and make your own, but most people, I think, just get a packet of it.
To just sprinkle on their fruit.
Yes. Yeah. Mhm.
What kind of a flavoring is it?
So that is a little spicy, and then you also sprinkle sugar, and you also sprinkle lemon juice. So all together, it makes a really lovely, yeah, a little bit tart, a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. You know,
But
not your,
if you could like recall a similar spice that I might know about, is it a little more like cinnamon or a little more like cayenne or nothing?
maybe a mix of cinnamon and red pepper and black pepper. It's really quite hard to describe. You'll try some one of these days.
It's spicy, and it's not, Solomon, it's not just made up of, it's not sweet spices. It's not pumpkin pie spice. It's
no,
spicy.
no.
It's spicy
Yeah.
hot.
Yeah. So you just really use a little bit to your spice tolerance.
Okay. All right. Speaking of spice tolerance, how's everybody's lentil soup doing?
Still, mine is still cooking the cauliflower.
I'm just on the lentil part. I have to add the cauliflower soup. I'm a little slow today.
Ah, well, you're all making lots of soup. It takes a little bit, right? What
I
did
must
you
say
think?
that
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say I like this batch better with the spice. I added when I made it the first time. I tasted it and added smoked paprika at the end. This time I added it in at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I also put in some of the garam masala per your suggestion. I really like this batch better, and it doesn't even have the lemon juice yet.
Oh, that's going to really brighten it up. I love when you add the lemon juice and all of a sudden it works, right? Oh, good. I'm glad that worked out, that you like that.
Yeah. And I just heard that my son is on his way over, so I think a lot of soup will be gone.
I love when that happens. That's great. I wondered about how they had us cook the lentils for a bit and then separately and for 20 more minutes cook the cauliflower. Don't you think you could have cooked it all at the same time, or no?
I was thinking the same thing, but I think what they want to do is to have the lentils break down more.
Yeah.
You know how they sort of melt into. I mean, I think it's just designed.
So yeah, the lentils maybe need the full 40 minutes, and the cauliflower didn't need that long. That makes sense. Denise, how are you? We haven't said hello to you today.
Yeah, hi there. I'm on, I'm not yet on daylight savings time, so 5 o'clock, I just started prepping, so. But I'm excited. I think, have we made this one before? Is this an encore presentation? Because it looks familiar.
No, actually, this is a new one that was in the newspaper a couple of months ago. It's very, I mean, we have made quite a few red lentil soups, but not this specific one. And Terri and Carol had made it on their own and both thought it was great. So that's why we're making it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. And I squeezed some extra lemons. I don't know, I had 2 lemons and I squeezed them, so there's a lot more than 1/3 of a cup. So I'm anxious to play with that.
Extra lemon is good. I put extra lemon in.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's good. And there's extra cauliflower because I didn't want to use 1 1/2, so I've got extra cauliflower, and there was going to be like 1/2 cup of lentils left over, so I'm throwing that in. It was kind of weird in the quantities.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's really not an exact science, this soup. I think you'll be fine with whatever you do.
I have learned that.
What a comforting thing to learn, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I love
there's only one soup that I ever.
Huh?
I was going to say there's only one soup I ever threw out, and that was when I left it out overnight by mistake. It never made it to my freezer. It was so sad.
And it probably still tasted good. You were just afraid of it. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, if it had been just my family, I would have served it to them.
Yeah, I know, that was a shame. Which one was it? I don't remember.
It was the pea soup, the minty pea soup. It was lovely.
Yeah, that's a shame. No, I really love when the world teaches us that, hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. It's going to be fine. You can make good out of whatever turn you take here, whatever you do. I mean, that's like a gift, right? Soup has really like mellowed us out as cooks. I wish there was more of those things in life that just said, don't worry about it. It's all going to work out. To remind us that that's
and I just checked my cauliflower and it's done, and it's only been simmering for 13 minutes. So you might want to check it before the whole time is up.
Perfect.
Is anybody's soup pot? I feel like mine is. It's not quite at the brim, but it's pretty close. I don't know if I can get all of the I'm worried about getting the coconut milk in there.
Oh. But you can always ladle some into another pot.
It's probably
Well,
what's going to
Well,
happen.
hold on. If all you need is the coconut milk, that thing doesn't need to cook really. It just needs to blend. So what you can do, Carol, is put a little bit of coconut milk on the bottom of each soup container, put your soup on top of it, stir it all up, and then you don't have to dirty another pot if you don't want.
Genius.
Uh-huh. My specialty
Genius.
is not doing extra work when I don't have to.
Genius. Genius.
You can tell Deb's been doing this for a long time.
I am a pro at cutting.
I'm still learning
down.
tips. I'm still learning. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why I do it. I get new tips every time. It's wonderful.
Isn't it great? I know. I love it. Yeah. You guys are
And
the best.
I'll say this to Vivi, if you have tomato paste left, if you used a can and you have it left, what I learned from these wonderful women, I think from Marcia actually, is you can put it in a small freezer bag and freeze it, flatten it out and freeze it, and it'll be good to go the next time you need tomato paste.
That's what I used today, and I learned it from this group. So there you go. I think, was it Marge? Was it you who gave us that tip like one of the first weeks?
Sounds Marge-like.
Vivi, we have so many new tricks now.
I'll say.
Question for Deb. How much garam masala did you add in?
You missed but the admission that I'm sure does not surprise you, Lisa. I didn't, but I did this up and down my top of my fairly big. And so I estimated that it was maybe around a tablespoon.
Okay, because I'm going to put in this spice I have from New York Shuk, the Ras Al Hanout, which is a Moroccan mix. It has coriander seed, ginger, cloves, turmeric, other spices, and sunflower oil. It's a very warm flavored combination. So I think that will go well with the ginger that's already in the soup and the turmeric. It may enhance it a little more. So I'm going to start with a teaspoon in each pot and see how that goes.
All right. Marcia, you were saying something about the quantity of spice. What were you going to say?
My quantity was the same as yours.
A tablespoon. Okay. Yeah.
No,
all right, Lisa. Like this. Yeah. Terri, how much garam masala did you put in while you were starting out today?
I would estimate that I put in like a palmful, so so probably just shy of a tablespoon.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
We're all kind of we ended up at the same place, no matter what the size of our palm or cooking pot.
I just put in a tablespoon.
There we go. All right.
Yeah. So we'll see. It smells good.
Yeah.
And I added it around the time I put the cauliflower in so that it would cook in there.
Yeah. Smart. I like that.
Okay.
I'm done.
Did anyone taste theirs yet? Did you taste it? No?
I haven't tasted mine yet, but it smells very good.
Yeah.
Mine is done. It's yummy, and I didn't add anything.
Oh,
good.
No special spices.
All right. Perfect. I haven't heard from Hetty yet, Julia, but if I do and it's negative, I will get back in touch with you. And if anybody else wants me to tell them about Here to Help, but assume that all systems are go unless you hear from me between now and Sunday.
Yeah, I don't want to show up and have them say
no. Yeah. I'll let you know if she says no, but I can't imagine it's still no, because she's going to lose us. We're going to get used to our cars are going to get used to driving somewhere else.
I know.
Yeah.
Is that the one that's in Bethesda?
Yes, that's the Sunday morning in Bethesda drop off.
I mean, who's coming to my house tomorrow, other than Lisa. Lisa, I don't see you, but is anyone else coming to my house tomorrow?
Is that a party invitation or a soup drop off invitation?
It's a play with the raccoons. Go wild in the backyard. And while you're at it, pull some weeds, please. No, you know, I have to tell Raven, and since I have to now tell Raven, I have to get quantities, but I know that Lisa will show up and I know what I already have and I know who's showing up at Har Shalom, so we're good.
Okay.
I have to drop off. I'll see you hopefully on Sunday. I'm a little bit backed up, but I would like to make this soup, so we'll see, okay?
All right,
Bye.
we hope so too, and
I
make
hope to
it
see you,
above
Marge.
90 degrees percent. Okay? Bye, Marge.
I have a question for people who made it yesterday.
Yes.
Does the soup have since it has so much cauliflower in it, does it smell like cauliflower cooked yesterday, or do the spices and the lentils and good? Okay.
It doesn't taste or smell like cauliflower.
Good. Okay. Because I'll eat leftover, you know, next day cauliflower and just, you know, air out my fridge. But I wanted to I was hoping that it wouldn't. So thank you so much.
Not at all.
Did you all who made it already made it? I guess Deb at least. Did you puree the entire pot or just
I did.
part?
I did.
I did the entire pot.
Did you use immersion or your blender?
Immersion. It purees really easily. The red lentils are just about all melded in, and the cauliflower just, you know, soft. So very easy.
All right, I'll get the immersion blender out. I don't love doing it in the blender because it's a lot of extra work.
Yeah.
You know, there is almost no reason to use a blender when you have an immersion blender and you're making soup. I cannot understand why you would ever not use the immersion blender.
Unless you have a really thick soup that you really need to get smooth, then the Vitamix does an excellent job.
Yeah, the Vitamix is good at that. But you know what, Julie, at that point, take out some of the big chunks, do it in your blender, and do the rest with the immersion, because it's just so much easier than pouring it back and forth. Ugh.
Yeah, it's really fast. The immersion is really fast.
Yeah.
And you don't have to wash an extra thing.
I know, and that blender's always annoying to wash, right?
Yes, yes, always.
Yeah, let's get rid of that. Let's get that piece of equipment out of our kitchens.
Well, the Vitamix does a good thing here because it makes smoothies.
I do a smoothie all the time. I'm with you. Not for soup. I'm with you.
Yeah, I don't think the immersion blender will work for margaritas, Deb. Let's not get rid of it too fast.
All right, you guys have set me straight. You're absolutely right.
All right, I've got my soup off the heat, so I'll be blending it soon. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to sign off.
All right, thank you, Carol.
Good to see everybody. I hope you guys can join on Sunday.
Oh, I'll see you then. Everybody, we hope to see you on Sunday. Harira will be the recipe, and the shopping ingredients will be up probably tomorrow.
Okay.
Terri, thank you so much for leading this today. It was so fun, and I think everyone's gonna, once they're done, love so much their soup, and you did such a good job. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll send you pretty pictures of our soup, okay, Terri?
Okay, sounds good.
Right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.